Hi, I want to talk about setting up I'd like to talk about setting up Hubdoc today. Got a new client that I'm working with as of yesterday who has joined my Bookkeeping Buddies subscription service for help and support with your bookkeeping. And we're just getting them started using Xero and Hubdoc and getting everything going so that it's as automated as possible. And first port of call is Hubdoc, and I realized that I've never done any videos on it. So I want to show you what you need to do when you first set up Hubdoc. The first thing is if you have a Xero subscription, if you are on the Ignite, the Grow, or the Comprehensive, then you can use Hubdoc for free. Hubdoc is an additional separate tool. It's actually owned by Xero, and it allows you to snap and take pictures of invoices and receipts, or even when somebody emails you a PDF attachment, you can forward it and it appears in Hubdoc. So first one I've got set up here ready is I have downloaded a Hubdoc Up app on my phone as well, so I was able to snap this receipt. I've just folded it over because I didn't want any easily distinguishable information on here about where we are, where we live, and our local pub. But this is basically from a directors meeting at our local pub, and it's a receipt for a meal for the two directors. So Hubdoc will only know what to do with things after you've told it. So when you first start using Hubdoc, you are going to have to put a lot of information in manually so that it knows what it is. When you're setting it up from within Xero, you can go to the Hubdoc key and you can set it up. If you're somebody that's buying your subscription through a bookkeeper or an accountant, then do ask them to do the initial link and then invite you in. Or if you're an individual subscriber and you subscribe direct to Xero yourself, you can do it yourself. So in Xero, the left-hand menu where it's got the connected apps, just go and click on Hubdoc and you'll be able to connect it that way. So I'm just assuming that you've already done this. If you need help with doing that, it's better to do that in a one-to-one session. So the first thing that we're going to do is when we see the receipt in here, just going to double check that it's showing clearly and I can see all the information that I need. You can zoom out, zoom in, just to make it clear. It will also appear in the processing area. Now, if you upload something, I want to upload it straight away before you have given Hubdoc a chance to use the AI, then you will have to fill in all the information yourself. Once Hubdoc has done a first pass, it will then appear in the review area if it's been able to match everything, or it will appear in the failed area if it can't work out what's going on and you're needing to set it all up from scratch. So the first thing that I am going to say in here is I'm going to treat this like an invoice because it's for something that we've bought for the business. And in the supplier, if it hasn't seen the supplier or it can't recognize it, then you will create a new supplier in Hubdoc for you to be able to add this in future. Now, the secret is to spell it correctly. Oh dear, see, good start. Just shows we're all fallible. It's knowing who the supplier is, which means that Hubdoc is going to know how to auto um, how to auto allocate things in the future. So if there's no supplier mentioned or you've mistyped it or you've miskeyed it, that's not going to help you in the future. So accuracy is key. Invoice reference. Now, a receipt generally doesn't have an invoice reference, but if you've had a supplier invoice, then that will have your invoice number in there. The date, again, if I let this carry on, look, we can see yeah, if I let this carry on and let Hubdoc enter everything itself, it will be able to pick up things like the date for you, so you won't have to key it in. And it will be able to, you can see, I'm just showing you that everybody is fallible. 6th of December 2024. There we go. I'm using my tab key to move from box to box. And as this is a receipt, it's something I've already paid for, so I'm just making the date the same as the due date. And you can put the amount in here. So I'm going to go 37.30 is the total amount. Now, this particular company that I'm connected to at the moment is not VAT registered, so it just puts a total amount in. If you are a VAT registered business, it will allow you to split between the net and the VAT. So you will always see down here, it will say not configured down here when it's a new supplier and it hasn't recognized it yet. Now I'm going to say it's a purchase, which means it's going to go into my bills area. If you leave it in draft, it's going to appear in Xero in your drafts area and you're going to have to go to it again and approve it. So if you know that this is the final run and you know this is going to be all right, then I would do a waiting payment. If you think there might be stuff that you want someone else to check before it gets submitted, then you can put it into the draft or the awaiting approval. Searching Xero contacts, if it can't find a Xero contact already, it's obviously not going to have this one. So I'm going to add again pub as a new contact. I try and make the contact in Hubdoc is basically where it's going to file it in your folders up here. The contact down here is the one that's going to use in Xero. So I am then going to use this as going to entertainment, 100% business, because this was just the directors. You can also allocate costs to a customer if you're having to re-invoice them later. That's a bit of an advanced feature. And then I'm going to put in here director's meal in there as a description. And again, if something's self-explanatory, you don't always need a description. So I'm going to put that in now. If this is a regular invoice, that's always going to be for the same thing. So for example, if you've got software subscriptions that come in every month, something where you're not going to need to change the description or the account code, then you can click this auto sync button. Then next time you upload this and it recognizes the supplier, it's going to automatically stick it over to Xero. So I just need to respond to this message. And then I will carry on. Right, so yeah, so you can choose auto sync. Now when I hit publish down here, this is going to send this receipt enter it as a bill awaiting payment in Xero. It's going to attach this picture, this document to it, and it's going to be there all waiting for me in my Hubdoc. Then what happens is next time I upload a receipt that is in the supplier name pub, a lot of this information is going to be filled out automatically with me and I can just scan over it and I can scan over it and put the just check the information is all right and then just publish. And if I've chose auto sync, that will go through. If you have a receipt that needs to go to multiple areas, so for example, you might have gone to your local wholesaler, you might have bought a load of refreshments and things, but then you've also bought some stationery and other things as well, then in that case, you might need to do a multiple receipt so that you can split things to different codes and you will be able to put the refreshments, you know, the coffee and the other things there to your refreshments code. And then you might be able to then put your stationery and things like that to the stationery code. Now, I have to say, this hasn't been my smoothest video today, but I'm still going to save it. I'm going to upload it to my Bookkeeping Buddies area. and put it onto my YouTube just to help you with your Hubdoc. I will try and do a better one another time. Just had a couple of phone calls, a couple of disturbances that really distracted me, but there is still some good information there that you can get with learning Hubdoc. If you are interested in my subscription service. If you are a lone bookkeeper that's struggling, you want access to videos like this, you want maybe some one-on-one support, or to be able to get some direct help with my expertise, or come to my Teams meetings once a month where you can ask questions face to face, then do contact me and I will send you a Bookkeeping Buddies link so that you can have a look and see what that is all about. Otherwise, look at blog.siliconbullet.com for my blog, look at Silicon Bullet YouTube channel, and if there's anything that you would like a video about to help you some more, then do send me a message, give me a prompt, because to me, everything in bookkeeping accounts is easy. I need to know what you, as a beginner or as a novice or as someone just starting out, needs to know, and that will then let me know and educate me on what videos would be useful in the future. Thanks, I will speak to you soon. I am going to now stop sharing my screen and see you soon.